What is up, guys? Today we are doing the Jeep again. So as you all can see, previous video we took out the engine of the 1JZ from the Jeep. You can see there's a few things that we need to do on the Jeep. Basically we have like the clutch stuff, which is over here. We have to change new clutch because my previous clutch is already finished. This is just a stock clutch, by the way. It's the same with the Hilux 21 spline. So we're just gonna use this for the meantime because I don't feel like using back the original 6-spark clutch or repair it, or maybe just gonna upgrade like to another clutch or something in the future, but that's another the future me problem. So what we have to do for now, we have to take out this gearbox and clean the flywheel pressure plate, and then of course we have to change the front sump. This is right now using the front sump, as you can see here. So that's the front sump. Front sump, obviously the sump is facing to the front. You all can see on this side, this is front, so this is the rear sump. So the rear sump, you can see that it actually mounts like this on the block. So this is the front part of the block, and this is the rear part of the block, which then the gearbox will mount to it. So you can see on the bottom side, this is mounted on the rear side to clear the whatever stuff like axle and whatnot. Let's open the gearbox. Voila! Gearbox out. Now we have a bit of free time. Gonna check out Saga. Ini Saga. Pada berasa rasap tu. So that was Saga Horny. You see he's playing his car again. That guy. He's running a YRV engine, K3VT with, if I'm not mistaken, Image Blue. Yeah. So what we have to do now is take out the front sump, the old sump. This sump needs to change to that rear sump. So let's do that. The rear sump is out, so you gotta take out the pan to access the extra screws, which is over there, which mounts on the block itself. Vian is here, wearing white. So what I did wrong today was I was not supposed to glue the rear sump pan, because you're supposed to lock the sump first, then after that you put in the pan. So now I have to remove again those glue. What? That's crazy, man. But then good news, the rear sump is out. Sorry, the front sump, which is that. So that's gonna come out. This one's gonna go in. So now what we have to do is we gotta clean up this section so that there's no oil, and of course so that the RTV gasket glue will stick. We gotta clean it up with engine degreaser. After it dries up, we have to brush with the metal brush to remove the remaining RTV glue, and then we can stick the rear sump to it. So now the oil front sump is out. We need to put in the new rear sump. So the surface is already clean over here, and this one is already also clean. Using, like as usual, thinner to clean it up. So now gotta apply glue to it and then stick this up in here. So let's stick that and lock it. And the rear sump is in. I haven't fully locked it yet, so bear in mind that if you want to change the sump, the oil pan has to come out, because some of the screws you can see is actually inside here. The one locking to the block here, 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 here. So then after locking that in, then you can put this pan in, and of course this, I don't know what you call this thing, this one has to be out as well. Then after that, put it back in with the oil pickup over here. Okay, yeah, over here. This is the oil pickup locked to this side. So yeah, then need to tighten it a bit more on the, what do you call it? The oil pan, oil sump. Yes. Rear sump is already installed nicely. All the gasket glue is already here. Now we have to lift up the engine because we want to install the gearbox and the clutch. As usual.
The next day.
Rear pan has installed already. That means we have to install the clutch. Before installing the clutch, you ensure that you have to clean the surface of the clutch. For me, it's using thinner, so, and clean cloth, not so clean but works. Clean. Actually, the other day I've already installed the clutch, but then clearance was a bit off, and luckily I already asked the twins. Asyong told me that you have to add a bit of spacer here so that you can free the clutch when you're not pressing the pressure plate. The pressure plate is, yeah, little, you'll see the difference. Pressure plate needs to be clean also. So you want it to be clean because we don't want the clutch to really be stuck with the flywheel, and of course with the pressure plate, don't want it to slip. Clean. Then the thing to center the clutch, make sure you install properly. It says here transmission side here, so this is installed towards the outside of the block, and this is one is to center. Like that. These are the things that I use to install for the clearance. Just a small washer. Install it on the pin. One pin. 3 pin. In the pressure plate. See properly, this is where the washer sits for the spacing, so the rest of it is the screw and the washer. So not all clutch has to be installed like this. Some of the clutch, the clearance is already perfect. Just that for my case, previously when I installed mine, it actually slips. So that means the pressure plate is clamping too much on the clutch. So that's why we need this spacer to give it a bit of a free play. So then when you let go of the clutch, it actually fully lets go of the clutch. Just a small spacer only. And then to lock it manually just in case. And then of course to take it out. Ooh, it's good. Perfect. In, easy out, easy in. So now the gearbox is, the clutch is already in. We need to install the gearbox, so we're gonna need the clutch fork and the clutch bearing. This is my old clutch bearing, but then it's still good, so I'm gonna use it back, and of course the clutch fork and the boot as well. Nani kore? And put the clear gearbox in. Hopefully this goes in. Please be easy. So the gearbox is already mounted. Yes, finally. So that means Vien is here for the perfect timing. It's about to put it in. The day has finally come, Vien, for our bones to break again. Kinda excited, but at the same time not so excited because we know how heavy this shit is. It was without the engine though last time. This is with the engine. So it's gonna be like times 3 heavier. So we're gonna take a deep breath first before putting in the engine and the gearbox. But then that's basically the biggest hurdle for now. Hey, are you excited, Vin? That was a quick no. The gearbox doesn't seem so though. It doesn't say anything. Seems quite excited, the gearbox. Woohoo! Woo, baby! Means the game's gonna run soon, brother. Now we're gonna put in the gear, the engine and the gearbox with Vien. It's gonna be a process. Let's go, Vien. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
The next day.
This is the next day. So what you have seen is basically Vien and me have installed the 1J. 1J is finally in the Jeepra. Waiting for a long time, and even the front wheel is already mounted. We did it in the heavy rain, and even right now it's also raining. But the bracket is already in. Have to do a bit of cleaning up for the stuff on the engine and a bit more tidying up on the engine bay to install some stuff. So yeah, that was finally the rear sump and the, what do you call it, and the gearbox is already in also. All the tedious small installation. You can see the gearbox is also in. It's not really center yet, but now it's being held by the jack underneath the 4x4 jack. So yeah, that is the update on Jipra. Hope you guys liked the video. Thanks to Elvin and Viet for helping me out. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned for the next video, for the next update.
She lays down next to me and she says